What's going on, everybody? I'm Thomas and welcome back to Virginia Outdoors Unlimited. Today we are back out here at our millet pond to do another update video for y'all because we have a couple very big developments. The first one of those has been a lot of rain. We had a pretty dry late June and early July, as I said, and we got a little bit of rain right before the last update, which was 2 weeks ago. Today is August the 1st. And since then, we've had 4 really big rains. Some really heavy thunderstorms have moved through this area. So the pond, I think, has come up a decent amount. I'm actually just taking the first look at it right now for today, and it has definitely come up. And also, I think this rain has jump-started a lot of the growth, because right now I'm sitting here and I'm looking at a field full of millet heads. That's our second big development. We've had a lot of this millet head out. Definitely looks a little bit different out here than it did 2 weeks ago, but I'm really excited to show this to y'all. So I'm going to show y'all this area out in front of the blind, probably show y'all the area that we planted last time as well, and then we'll get the drone up and get some cool drone footage. It's a hot one out here today, but this is looking pretty awesome. So I think we got some really cool stuff to show y'all. All right, so here's our blind, and there is all the millet that we planted in front of it. This has been probably the area where we've seen the best growth, and we have some plants in here that are probably pushing 5 feet, and you can see some really nice heads in there. And it looks like this all around here. This area that y'all saw on the drone last time that was looking really good, pretty much everything in here is pushing 4 or 5 foot tall with some really nice heads. There are some areas in there that have some smaller plants. I actually went and walked in, and you can see actually right over here some of this area where we've had drier soils. Some of these plants are only probably 2 foot tall, but even they're starting to get heads. These heads are a lot smaller than the bigger plant heads, but I'm hoping that these will continue to grow as the plant grows, and hopefully we'll get, these will end up being 4 or 5 foot, while a lot of this stuff looks like it's going to be probably 6 foot tall by the time it's done growing. And one other thing I want to show y'all is all this stuff right here in front of the blind. All this is yellow nut sedge, also known as chufa. Y'all helped me identify this last time. And this is also supposed to be a good duck food. I left this area unplanted so that we'd have an area to walk around in, because you're not allowed to disturb this millet. You can, walk through it during a hunt, but we wanted to have some area to be able to set up decoys and everything. I'm hoping it's going to have some nice seed heads on it, and then apparently they also will eat the tubers from it. In last time's video, we talked about planting this back area back here. We were going to plant it late to have a late season food source. And I'm going to show y'all what it looks like and what we've decided to do with the area, because we're not going to plant it anymore. We're actually just going to let it grow up. And I'll show y'all it here in 2 seconds, as long as I don't trip and fall. So here's that area. You can see this is all the millet, basically the back side of the millet. And then we have a lot of this nut sedge coming up in this back area too. Actually, pretty much this whole back area has had some level of nut sedge growth. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and leave this. It offers good diversity. We have the Japanese millet, we have the nut sedge, and we also have smartweed in here. So hopefully we'll have a variety of different food sources. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this stuff looks like come September or October. And here's the point for those wondering. As you can see, it's still lagging behind in comparison to everything else, but these past rains seem to have really helped some of the shorter plants in there. We have some tall stands in there. As you can see, there's a nice big stand right here, and then another nice big stand right here. But even that smaller stuff over here is starting to get seed heads. So we're going to go ahead and fertilize that, I think, next time, and hopefully we'll be able to have this, still be able to reach maturity and produce some nice seed heads as well. All right, I'm walking over here now where we planted our millet last time, and it looks like we got kind of a mixed bag. You can see a lot of really good millet back here behind me. This is the stuff we planted, all that stuff we planted in June, but this is the stuff we planted July 18th, I believe, and The stuff that we planted in the dry soil has hardly come up. There is a little bit coming up, but not very much at all. But this whole area over here, right along the water line, we have a lot of millet coming up. We also have a decent bit of nut sedge in there too. But I think we're gonna get another decent patch of millet. This is one of the stands that we planted right here along the dam. Some of this millet has grown better than anything else around this pond right here along the dam. And we have some 6-foot tall plants already right here. Some of this stuff has heads that is taller than I am, and I'm 6 foot tall. So pretty awesome. This has some really, really full seed heads too.
Alright guys, we're back at my place now to wrap up this video. I do have a couple things to touch on before we wrap this one up though. The first being that today's trip out to the pond was our 6-week update. I forgot to say that at the beginning of the video, but it's been exactly 42 days since we planted pretty much all of the millet that y'all saw in today's video. And today's trip out there really answered my biggest question going into this, which was how long does this millet take to head out? I'd heard a lot of different numbers. A lot of times you hear 90 days to full maturity, which is different than the heads just coming out. But I definitely was not expecting for us to be seeing heads at 6 weeks. I'd bet you know, if the heads were already fully formed in a lot of places like they were today, they probably came out, I don't know, at least a week ago, you have to think, or close to that. But has absolutely blown my expectations out of the water just with how much food it looks like we're gonna have here. So really, really excited for season. We're only 30 days away to early goose, which we might get to shoot some early geese on this pond. It's pretty likely. So I'm really looking forward to getting back out there, guys. If you guys enjoy waterfowl hunting and you enjoy this millet series and you haven't subscribed to this channel, I'd really appreciate if you click the subscribe button and joined our community. I post tons of waterfowl content, hunting content, outdoor content, so you definitely won't be disappointed if you click that subscribe button. If you guys have any questions about today's video, leave them in the comment section down below and I'll make sure to get back to you. Got a couple more awesome videos coming out for y'all later this week, so be on the lookout for those. Hope y'all are staying safe, and thanks for watching.